You already own a Whistler condo for short-term rental, or you're about to buy one and now you've got a big decision to make. Do you run it yourself on Airbnb and keep full control, or do you hire a Whistler property manager to take care of everything for you? After working with dozens of short-term rental owners right here in Whistler, here's what I've seen again and again. Most people make this decision based on assumptions and not on strategy. It can either boost your income and free up your time, or it can cost you big in burnout, bad reviews, and missed income. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the real pros and cons of Airbnb self-management versus hiring a dedicated rental manager, and help you figure out which one is actually the best fit for your lifestyle and your investment goals in Whistler. My name is Dean Linnell, and I help buyers of Whistler short-term rental properties make smart, profitable decisions about their vacation properties without wasting time, losing money, or turning their investment into a stressful second job. So if you're trying to figure out whether to manage your rental yourself or hand it off to the pros, let's break it down and we'll talk about what it looks like to manage your rental yourself on Airbnb. At first glance, self-managing seems like a great idea. You avoid the fat management fees, you stay in control, and on paper, it looks like you make more money. But here's the reality. When you manage it yourself, you're not just a host, you're the cleaner, the marketer, the customer support rep, the pricing strategist, and the on-call maintenance person all rolled into one. I had clients last year from North Vancouver who were really excited to self-manage their Marketplace Lodge one-bedroom and den condo. At the beginning, they were all in, answering guest questions at 11 p.m., personally flipping the unit between bookings, and manually adjusting prices every day. But 6 months in, the shine had worn off. They were tired, they started missing messages, their reviews dropped, and bookings slowed down. So yes, self-management can work, but it tends to work best in a few specific situations. If you live close to the property, it's a lot easier to stay on top of turnovers and emergencies. If you have flexible hours, you can manage guest communication and booking assignments without constantly interrupting your day. And if you genuinely enjoy hospitality and problem solving, it can actually feel rewarding, at least for a while. Also, one of the biggest reasons people choose to self-manage is to hold on to more of their rental income. And when done right, that part can work in your favor. You can save the management fees, which can account for 25 to even 40% of the gross revenue. And yes, it's true that you can source out all the turnover cleaning locally, as well as handyman services and more. But just know that those outsourced services will eat into your income. But now let's talk about the other side of the equation, which is hiring a property manager. And this definitely comes at a cost, but it can also come with serious peace of mind. Most rental managers will charge somewhere between a low of 25% to as much as 40% of your gross rental income. But in exchange for that fee, they typically offer full guest communication, dynamic pricing software, routine cleaning, and maintenance coordination, and systems that help increase occupancy, assuming you're working with a quality manager. They'll even help you coordinate renovations if need be. One of my clients from Seattle recently hired a really solid manager for their townhome at Inglewood Greens in Nicholas North. Yes, they were paying a management fee of 25% of their revenue, but the calendar was booked solid, their reviews improved, and they weren't stuck responding to midnight texts from guests locked out of the unit. Even after paying the management fee, their take-home income was almost the same, and the property felt far more hands-off, which is exactly what they always wanted. Hiring a Whistler rental manager can be a really smart move if you don't live in Whistler and can't be on site when things come up. And if your goal is passive income and not a second job, then working with a professional can make that possible. If you want to stay fully in control, and if you're ready to treat the property like a second job, then self-management might be a great fit, especially if you're already living in Whistler and like the hands-on aspect of hosting, or if you've already got a solid local cleaner and handyman network in place and can manage all of it from your home in Seattle or Vancouver. But if you want more freedom, if you'd rather scale without sacrificing your time, or if you simply don't want to be on call 24/7, then a good Whistler rental manager is absolutely worth the investment. And sometimes the best approach is to start by self-managing just long enough to learn the ropes and build your systems, and then hand it off to a professional once you're ready to step back or scale up. You've worked hard to get to a place where you finally own a property in Whistler, so whatever path you choose, just make sure it actually supports the kind of lifestyle and income you want from it. Whether your goal is maximum profit, more time off, or simply less stress, this decision is a big one, and getting it right can make a huge difference. And if you're just starting on the path to Whistler condo ownership, the next step is knowing what kind of income is actually possible. In the next video, I'll walk you through some of the exact rental numbers for 3 different Whistler condo and townhome scenarios, so you know what's actually possible if you pull the trigger on purchasing property up here for rental income. If you've always dreamed of owning a condo in Whistler for personal use and to offset expenses with rentals, then the next one is a good watch. I'll see you there.